Here we are, Tuesday, April
19th, maybe?
19th, maybe. Here with an old high school friend of mine. Shopping at the Fashion Show Mall in Las Vegas. We're getting ready to leave, and I'm gonna go to the Bellagio and get into some poker action. So sorry for the weird start of the vlog. I know how you guys love to see my living room. But we're still gonna get into some poker.
Things you do during the day.
The things I do during the day. One of the cool things about Vegas, or at least living in Vegas, is that people come here. Old friends, colleagues, family, whatever. They come here. I ain't gotta go to see them. So, seeing my old high school friend Jennifer was cool. Probably hadn't seen her in 10 years, but now it's the business. She's off to some conference, and we've just walked into the Bellagio. It's time. So after shopping for a bit and visiting with an old friend, I finally make it into the Bellagio poker room and pretty quickly slide into a 5-10 must-move game. Not long after arriving, we get into an interesting hand with pocket nines. An early position player is open at $30, and I put in a 3-bet to $90 with 9 of hearts, 9 of spades. Action folds around to the original raiser, and he quickly calls. Heads up, we see the insanely coordinated flop of 3 of hearts, 4 of diamonds, 5 of spades. This isn't a great flop at all. It's pretty scary. A good portion of the range of hands the original opener is calling a 3-bet with hit this board hard. Namely his pocket 5s, his 6-7 suited, his 6-5 suited, his 4-5 suited, etc. Obviously he can still have total air with ace-queen suited, queen-jack, but in general, I'm not a fan of this flop. I'd likely find checkbacks with pocket aces here. So when he checks, I do the same. The turn 4 of spades makes things a tad bit better. Now some of his 4x combos are harder to have. He checks again, and I like to go to passive route and check it back, with the plan of betting a ton of rivers. The river 7 of spades puts a one-liner to a straight on board and brings in a backdoor flush draw, but he checks once more. Him checking river and me holding the 9 of spades in my hand helps drop the percentage chance that he has a flush, and him opening pre and not betting any straight on this texture calms my nerves about him having a 6. This might be pretty thin, but we decide to target hands like pocket 8s or unpaired ace highs that don't believe us, and we bet small on the river, $50. He thinks about it for a while, slides in $50 for the call. We show 9s. He looks at the board, looks at my hand, looks back at the board, and mucks. Action folds to me in the hijack, and I opened at $30 with jack 7 of clubs because it has a jack, and 7 is a good number, and clubs are kind of cool. So let's battle. No battlers entered the fray until we get to the big blind. He calls, which is kind of cheating because he already had $10 in the pot, but whatever. Gotta love the flop. Jack of diamonds, 10 of diamonds, 6 of hearts. The big blind checks, and although I have top pair, I don't have to bet all my top pairs. In fact, to prove the point, I won't bet this one. I check it back. The turn 5 of diamonds puts 3 diamonds on the board, and the big blind bets $30. Obviously not a big fan of that third diamond, but what am I supposed to do? Fold? No. Do you know how hard it is to make a flush? I call. My flop trickiness bites me in the ass when the ace of diamonds peels off on the river. Now if the big blind leads with another bet, I'll have some deciding to do. But he doesn't. He bets 0. I do the same, as now there aren't many hands that will call my bet that I beat. I check it back, expose my hand, and win this battle. So this game is lively and pretty action-packed. Here, I'm going to show you in excruciating detail how to play King-Jack offsuit properly. Early position opens to 30 and action is now on us. Boom! There you go. Did you see that? Let me show you again because it's a complex move and it happens quickly. Guy opens in front of me, peel my cards, king, diamond, jack, not diamond, we're done. This isn't the spot to get cute. Just fold. Okay, now that we are all learned up on King-Jack offsuit, let's talk about King-Queen offsuit. Different beast. Different beast entirely. Here the button has opened to $30 and I have King-Queen offsuit in the small blind. Well, odds are we're going to war. Whole stacks might be exchanged here, and no, I'm not joking. I 3-bet here to $120 with my right hand, and at the same time I'm checking my pocket with my left hand to ensure that I have enough chips to rebuy if this hand goes wrong. However, before action gets around to the button, the big blind, in literally his first hand at the table, puts in a 4-bet to $330. The button quickly folds, and now action is back on me.
Whoa, hello. Welcome to the table, sir. Welcome to the table. You just sit down and, you must be rich. Are you rich? Is that what it is? Wow. Just, it's like this guy is doing nothing. Oh, he's so rich. All right, you got it. Nice hand.
Thank you.
Everybody's so rich here.
Action here begins with me in the low jack, and I decided to open to $30 with jack 7 of diamonds because, again, I have a jack. 7 is a good number and diamonds are cool. Just like before, action folds to the big blind who calls, which still kind of feels like cheating because he was 1/3 the way into the pot anyway. This flop, unlike the jack 7 of clubs hand, contains no jack. It's 10 of clubs, 8 of diamonds, 4 of spades. The big blind checks, and I choose a larger sizing with my gutter draw. I bet $40, and he finds the fold. I haven't been at this table very long, but pretty quickly I surmised that there isn't a lot of action going on here. I recognize a few of the players, and it's not that they are tight, it's just that the elements haven't yet aligned to cause any storms. So here we are just trying to stay patient and wait it out. In this hand, the under the gun player is open to $30, the small blind calls, and I come along with a small suited ace. These little guys, they can wreak havoc. Sometimes. Most times you just get your head bashed in, but the pain of that happening 127 different times over a year is quickly wiped from your memory by that one time you flopped a straight and cracked a set. As far as pain-inducing flops go, the Ace-8-King 2 club board is definitely a candidate. The small blind checks and I check, bracing myself for what could possibly be a pretty large bet coming out of the under the gun player. I mean, this board texture should smack him right in the face. But he checks behind. That's even scarier. The turn 7 of diamonds doesn't change much, but when the under the gun player gives up the betting lead, the small blind now takes control by betting $60. I make the call, although I'm not fully comfortable with my standing with the scary under the gun player still to act behind me. However, the under the gun player takes no time with it before just releasing. Now we're heads up. The river jack of clubs completes all the things. The flush completes, every straight known to man completes, and here I'm left holding an ace with no kicker. I'm willing to make a crying call versus a reasonable small blind bet here, but I might find a fold to a large one. However, I'm let off the hook when he checks. I quickly check behind and win this one with my ace, with no kicker. I knew I was good. Pro tip for the day. In later positions, it can often be quite profitable to open up pots with these small suited connectors. Here I opened to $30 from the cutoff and the big blind... You know what? Never mind. Never mind. We have a mid-session update guest named Rain Delay. I know you guys haven't seen him for a while. He just happened to saunter into Bellagio, and people have been asking, where's Rain Delay been?
No one's really been asking.
Everybody's been asking where the hell you've been.
No one really.
Tell them where you've been. Go ahead.
Been at Aria.
That's his
Where
answer.
I've been.
He's been at Aria, and it's like he's the one person that I know that plays at Aria. Everybody else plays a real game. But anyway, back to the mid-session. Back to the mid-session update. My game is kind of meh. And for 1,500, I think I have maybe $2,000 in front of me, and I really haven't made a hand. I'm just bluffing. That's what you do when you can't make a hand. You just bluff with queen high, and you hope they fold.
Yeah.
Right?
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
That's it. So I'm going to chit-chat with this guy. That's your mid-session update. I'm probably not going to be very much longer. I think I'm going to meet my friend Jenny, who you saw earlier. I might meet her at Cosmo for a drink, and then we might wrap up at the Encore win, Encore, you know. So, stay tuned. Game is starting to liven up a bit now. Some more fun players have joined the game, so the atmosphere is a bit more jovial. Action folds to me, and I open up 8-9 of clubs from the cutoff, the button calls, the small blind folds, and the big blind calls. The King Jack 6 rainbow board is a gigantic miss. The biggest miss ever. I literally have nothing. If we were on ESPN right now, there's likely a 2% hovering next to my name. The big blind, who is actually the funnest of the fun players, checks, I check, and the button follows suit. The turn 3 of diamonds is, yeah, nothing. The big blind checks again, and if I'm going to start bluffing, this is probably a pretty good time to do so. But I check, and the button checks again. We see a river, the deuce of spades. So, I have 9 high, and the big blind checks a third time. I have 9 high. Did I say that? I can't win with 9 high. Yes, I should have bet the turn, but we're past that now. I have 9 high. I have to bet. Maybe I can get them to fold a 6? Maybe? I cut out $70 in chips and slide them in. The button folds and the big blind snap calls with pocket 5s. I insta-muck. As a joke, the big blind said he called because he was quote-unquote blocking the straight.
Call, Go. There's a fight. I am looking there.
Here, a middle position player opens to 30, and pro tip of the day number 2. In later positions, it can often be quite profitable to 3-bet with these small suited connectors. Here I 3-bet to $100 with 4-5 of spades, and when action folds around to him, he folds. See? So obviously we have picked up our chips from the Bellagio. We have moved it over to the Cosmo. We're gonna have a drink with our friend, one drink, and then we're out of here. We're gonna probably get into a game at the Encore. We'll see what's going on, even though Tuesday nights in Vegas, worst nights for poker, ever. So super quick stop at the Cosmopolitan. I actually didn't even end up having a drink. Sat, chit chat for a while. We played some War. Who knew they had War in a casino? I lost $200. We won't talk about that though. And now let's head to the Encore. Let's head to the Encore. It's only like 9 o'clock. It's early. It's early.
Brody on the line, I'm tapping in. Got out here pulling the strings for me. A girl on the line, she feeling me. Preoccupied by the motivation. Put in the time, pay the entry fee. Bro on the rise, yeah, he kinda nice. Inside of my mind, no one's real as me. Lately, life has been gorgeous. Wake up to clear, my eyes hit record. Praise up to God, I ain't chasing no bitch. Swinging and miss, got me hitting these licks. I get the orders, don't get it distorted. Disconnected, I've been cordless, I've been cordial, I've been exploring. I got a whole lot, but somehow I want more of it. Yeah, I went to tour and put on for the soil. Hey, bruh.
The construction between the Bellagio and the Wynn, specifically between the Venetian and the Wynn, is next level. Your boy almost didn't make it, but we did. So let's see what we can do. Let's see. The angle that I set my camera at during this short session at the Encore, I would normally call unfortunate. However, I really didn't play a very long session at all, so nothing was really missed either way. In fact, the only notable hand that I got into was this one. I open under the gun with pocket jacks to $20, and the low jack makes it $65, of which I'm the only caller. Heads up, we see a pretty dynamic board in 10 of spades, 3 of spades, 6 of clubs, and out of position without the betting lead, I check. The low jack continuation bets for $90, which is a pretty standard size for this type board, and I call once more. The turn 9 of spades brings in the 3rd spade, and again, I lead with a check. This time the original raiser follows suit, and we're off to a river. The river pairs the 3, and I debate on leading versus checking. With no spade in my hand and enough value to easily check call and pick off bluffs, I elect to go that route rather than leading and letting him correctly fold a hand he would bluff with, like ace-king or ace-queen. I check, the villain bets $125, which I quickly call, and just as quickly lose when he shows pocket kings. Okay, that was really quick at the Encore. The game I was in was kind of not enough to keep me interested at 11:30.
So overall for the night, I don't know, I think I'm down a little bit. I was up, what, 300 or 400 at Bellagio, then down 200 in War. Again, we're not talking about that. And then down 200-ish here. So we'll just call it even. But now it's time to head home. It's time to get some sleep. So if you like the vlogs, and leave me a comment. And I'll probably respond. Catch you later. Midnight-ish, and we arrive at the Bellagio. Outside. I am dark complected. The two don't really work for a mid-session update. I need light. I'm happy, but I'm not too happy with my session. There are two people everybody asks for. One is rain delay. Where's rain delay? Haven't seen rain delay. And the other is this one.
You out of here?
Yep. Yeah, I'm out. Head to Cosmo and over to the Encore.
It's a mod
Yeah?
of the game where like all the enemies are random.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like, from the complete enemy table?
I mean,
So like a boss can just show up and...
that's my understanding.
The construction between the Bellagio and the Wynn, specifically between the Venetian and the Wynn, is next level. Your boy almost didn't make it. But we did. Super quick pit stop at the Cosmo, in which I played a game of War. Down 200 in War. Let's not talk about that again. But now we're on to the Encore. Encore it is.